Hi, everybody. Thank you for visiting us. We're D.A.R.R.E, Dialogue Authentically About Real Racial Experiences. White chick, Sally Bartamioli.
Black chick, D. Gardner. What's happened that I've remained separate?
Right.
That what's happened that I have to ask the question, you see, because some whites were raised with blacks in neighborhoods, some like side by side, they don't have to ask that question at all.
They don't.
No.
Because they know what to do?
I've gone to dinner with people over the years. Every once in a while, I've gone to dinner with someone and I hear them talking and I'm like, if I wasn't looking at this person, I wouldn't know that was a white person. Because they get it like that. If I wasn't looking, they even know the language. And they know how to code switch, and they just do it automatically because they were little kids and they grew up side by side. And they really, the racial, they were able to pick up on what these, you know, and it starts in elementary school, and then especially in middle school and high school, the kids start separating. And so they kept gravitating toward the blacks instead of the whites. For whatever reason, they remained close to the blacks. And so they take on that whole persona. And it's not from there's the good liberal white. I'm a good liberal white. I'm progressive. I'm open-minded. I love everybody. I want to care about everybody. A person that I've been listening to is, what's her name? What's her name? Jan Elliott. That's another. She did research on blue eyes and white eye, blue eyes, brown eyes research. She did some, she doesn't call it research. She likes to call it an experience. The blue-eyed, brown-eyed experience. She did it with little children and she did it with adults. And basically the experiment was she said, okay, those of you that have on, you know, she gave them little colors to put around their neck. Those of you with, let's say, red necklaces on, you're going to be the brown eyes. Those of you with green necklaces on, you're going to be the blue eyes. She's just, it's all, everybody knows what their real color is, but she labeled it. And then she turns to, let's say she turns to the brown eyes. Okay, the brown eyes over here. And she would say bad things about the blue-eyed people. You are smarter than the blue-eyed people. You are better than them. I don't want you to associate with them. And people start falling apart emotionally. And her thing was, you see how easy it is, and some people would cry. Who do you think would cry in the room? Now, there was a mixture of races in the room in these experiments. Who would cry? Because she's very...
I think the whites would be the only ones.
She didn't hold back. She didn't filter. And she said, I didn't say anything to you. You're blue. You're dumb. I didn't say anything to you. I'm talking to them. They're smarter than you. You're not going to even this is how she was talking. You're not going to even understand what I'm saying. So I need y'all to shut up and don't say anything to me till I say something to you, because they are better than y'all and they are smarter and y'all won't get it. No, you know, and then some of the people, and it wasn't just whites that would cry. Who would cry out of the whites?
The women?
The women, yeah. And the ones that are the women, the number one person that would cry would be the women, the white women. And then and then sometimes they might get up very, very angrily, and because that side became very angry, belligerent, frustrated, yelling, combated, jump up and run out the room. And she said, well, you run. You know, a black person can't run. A black person doesn't get to say, don't talk to me like that. They just got to suck it up. Don't treat me like that. They don't get to do that because we have a whole system that's doing that to them. You get to run out of the room in tears and take your collar off and walk back into your privilege.
Right. It's true.
And the words, she said, you think I talk to you harsh? You be a black man walking on the street and the police walk up to their car with the guns cocked, and you think I'm talking to you harsh?
Right.
And so that's what I mean when in some of the recovery circles, some of the healing circles that I've been talking about, I've said, the models are European models. You know, this therapy thing, this psychiatric whole thing, it stemmed from Europe and Germany, right? And so it doesn't lend itself to the way we even express ourselves, because that's how we talk.
Yeah.
That's I struggle with it. You know, as a therapist at the beginning, when I was a brand new therapist, I got in trouble all the time. When I was working with people that were court mandated from the courts, and they were mandated either therapy or go to jail, I did fine with those people. I did very well. Domestic violence men, that was my first group. I did well with them because you could just put it out there. Then when I moved into a middle high-end treatment center, I had to learn to tone it down, sugarcoat it, give it a certain language, think about my tone. I was like, condescending, what's that? He was like, you were condescending. I was like, what's wrong with what I said? It was true, but you were condescending. What's that? You know,
right? White men.
So I had to learn the code switch. No, it was in a treatment center. It was dealing with
white men and women.
White men and women, yeah. And so I had to learn to code switch even in the therapeutic community. And so I said, okay, when I'm talking about this, you know, I had to learn to do it. So anyways.
You're a master code switcher, aren't you?
Any of us that's in this type of field or dealing with a high number of whites on a regular basis do it. It's a natural thing.
Black therapists are master code switchers.
I mean, I'm not going to get that corporate job if I don't.
Right.
So it's a natural thing.
You can. And this is Sally Bartamioli, white chick.
Gardner.
Off.
Black chick.
Like us, D.A.R.R.E. D.A.R.R.E.
Or subscribe to our channel.